let's talk about how to read tempos. So when we see tempos written on our sheets, we're gonna see 4 numbers. So here we see 3, 0, X, 1. It's a common one that we normally see. First number is always gonna be eccentric movement. So our eccentric movement is lengthening of our muscle, but it's kind of sometimes hard to imagine that in different variations of movement. So I always think about it as lowering of the weight. So in a squat, as I lower that weight down into the bottom of a squat, if I'm doing a pull-up, I think of it more my body weight. So after I pull up, I'm lowering my body weight to the ground. Same thing with any movement on the cable stack, whether I'm doing a lat pull down or a row, my eccentric piece is lowering of the weight in the cable stack back to that starting position. So that's our eccentric movement pattern. Our second number is our isometric after we've completed the eccentric. So here it's a 0, but say I get to the bottom of my squat and it says 3, 2, I'm gonna hold 2 seconds at the bottom of my squat. Our third number is the concentric piece. This is shortening of the muscle, but again, I usually try to think about it as how am I moving the weight when I'm actively moving the weight. Here it's denoted with an X, that's what we commonly see, and that just means you're gonna try to move that weight or complete that movement as fast as possible. Sometimes you see a number here as well, but usually we'll see an X. And then our fourth number is the isometric after the concentric. So if you're thinking a single arm cable row, I'm going to row as my concentric. And then if I have a 1 here, I'm gonna hold for 1 second iso after I do the movement. And then my eccentric is that lowering of the cable stack back to my starting position. So let's think about it as a squat. So if I'm doing a squat, I'm gonna lower myself to the bottom for 3 seconds. At the bottom position, I'm not gonna hold. There's no number there, it's a 0. My X is standing up as fast as possible. And then my 1 is holding at the top before my next rep. Now, if I'm doing a dumbbell row, it works a little bit different. My first movement on a dumbbell row is usually concentric based. So I'm gonna do my concentric, then I'm gonna hold 1 second at the top, then I'm gonna lower for 3 seconds. When I get down to the bottom, there is no hold at the bottom. I'm just gonna go right back into my next rep. So that is how we read tempos on our sheets. First number is eccentric, second number is iso, third number is concentric, and then our fourth number is the iso after that concentric movement.